direct from the beautiful Inland Blue Studios. Honey, this is the Nerdlife Crisis podcast with your host, that fine-ass Chris Thayer, that beautiful Steve Hale, and that big hunker chunk of meat, Ron Milts. Woo! Mama's hot up in here. Let's get this party started.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Nerdlife Crisis podcast. Here with your host today,
Chris Thayer.
Steve Hale.
And I'm Ron Milts. All right, so we're back for more, apparently.
Yes, let's do this.
I know.
Shit. We got a lot to talk about.
Well, and I feel like we owe our listeners a lot of episodes since we posted none in February.
Yeah.
So.
Did we really not do a single one?
We did a great best of.
I thought you guys did one with Mike and I wasn't here.
That was in January.
What month is this?
This is now March.
Are we in March?
We are in March, yes.
Wow.
God, I better take the fucking Christmas lights down.
You better take
Yeah,
those
Jesus
lights down.
Christ. I'm that guy in the neighborhood.
Hey, real quick, Chris, have you muted your phone?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, here's a funny story,
Fucking
Steve.
little sweet.
A little sweet over here with his Prince little soundtrack.
Uh-huh.
Guess who got a DCMA alert from the Prince people about one of our episodes thanks to Chris's phone going off?
That's not true.
I shit you not.
Fuck off. Are you serious?
They put a copyright claim on our Nerdlife Crisis podcast because we had Chris's phone went off in the background.
That's not true.
It's absolutely
I
true.
still have not seen this email.
Oh, I'll pull it up. It's in my email box because I was like, and immediately when I'm all copyright
The
on.
Prince Estate are fucking, they're out there.
Well, and I go,
They got their feelers and everything. dude.
apparently, because
Yeah.
it's like our little podcast. It's
Yeah.
like, first off, what money are they going to get from us? You know,
Put the fucking glasses on, dude, and they look like fucking hamburger. You know, I know it, dude. They live.
But yeah. So thanks to our buddy. You know how we always yell at him about muting his damn phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got our first copyright.
I think they probably, ASCAP got on us about the Big Papa stuff, not realizing that I'm
Once again, it's from the claim. It shows the claim in the goddamn email.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it.
Why don't you believe it?
There's no way in all of like the 2 seconds of a Prince thing. There's no way. There's no way.
There is a way because we got an email.
Well, that's crap because that's
I got an
it's
email too.
it's within the realm of fair use.
Apparently, I have millions of dollars tied up in a fucking Kenyan bank,
Of course you do.
and some uncle,
Yeah.
some shit. I don't know, some sort of an explorer, I guess.
I had that same problem. My mom apparently
And,
was caught in Bermuda. And
yeah,
needed money
dude.
to
I
get
mean,
home.
I tell you what, man. Fucking, I gotta send a few bucks, and dude, my
Seems
problems
legit.
are all over, dude. You know?
Seems legit. It's about as
Yeah,
legit
I
as
mean, I've
this
been
claim he's
calling it
making.
in the whole way anyway, so this just gonna solidify the deal. I can't wait.
Well, I had to bring that up because it's just like we missed so much the last month. Black History Month. We didn't get to talk about that at all. So,
Lord.
did you want to talk about that at all?
So there's no like mystery here. Everybody knows that I play blues music, and I've played it ever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's just it's been my love. And so the wife is a VP at a middle school, and they're getting together their Black History celebration. So I get this text. She says, I need a favor. And I'm like, what the hell does she need from me? I was like, whatever, fine. Say it, name it. She's like, well, we're doing our Black History celebration next Wednesday. I'm like, cool. It's like, you need me to put some music together or something? It's like, no, we need performers. I'm like, well, I don't really know. She said, no, they want you to perform. I said, babe, I know you did the DNA test through the mail,
dude.
but I can pretty much guarantee, even though I've not done it, there's probably not more than about maybe 8%, generously 8%. So I don't know if I'm the one you want.
I was laugh my fucking wife right off the fucking phone.
Well,
dude.
but here's the thing. She knows that I have a deep love of this music and this history. I mean, that's a big part of where this book is. But I'm
My
like,
kids, I'm not black. If you haven't noticed. God damn.
so I say,
Who's this white motherfucker? Cracker ass motherfucker.
Calls me and tells me this story, and I'm all, I can't wait to tell Steve on the podcast.
Holy crap.
Well, it gets better from there.
It's not done.
No, it's not even close. So I say, well, don't you have some kids? You're like 10% African American in your school. It's like, no, they don't want to perform. I'm like, well, don't you have any kids that could do something? Well, we've had a couple that signed up. Like, there was a couple of boys who want to play a Green Day song. I'm like, what the hell does that have to do with Black History Month? She's like,
Green Day, like Louis Armstrong.
so, and then there was like that and a Adele song or something. And I'm like, okay, again, same point. Is there like nothing? Can't you get him to like play a Hendrix song or something at least? I mean, it's rock, but he's still black. So I'm like, okay, I guess I will do this for you. I better like pull my
I wish I could have been there.
my Muddy Waters or something out of my ass and try and like do it some justice. And I'm just thinking, man, this is gonna tank so hard. So I bring my boy Steve, who's got the upright bass, to come and play with me.
Is there anybody in your band who happens to be African?
No, not anymore. The one guy that was half black quit. So anyway, so I get Steve to help out. I figure he's got the upright. We can dazzle him with large instruments or something and make it look legit. And
dazzle him.
So we're playing these songs, and I'm trying not to look out into the audience because I can only imagine what the looks are gonna be like. What the hell is this old white man doing up there? So then I figure, fuck it, I'm here. Let's go the full 9. So I started singing "Got My Mojo Working," and I get the audience singing back to me. So I had the whole audience singing back "Got My Mojo Working" in the middle of this performance. At the end of it, I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? Like, what the hell was that?
It was the greatest thing I've ever heard. Holy shit, dude.
If there's any hope that maybe some of the kids who are African American will go, yeah, we got to have some performances next year.
God damn it. Right.
It seemed like it went over well, but how can you tell?
I don't know. That's the greatest story ever, dude. Like that, and I love how close.
And last year, so they had a VP who was black, and he rallied the kids and got it all. And people, like the staff, whose majority of them were white, got mad because he served chicken. Like it was like, well, everybody likes chicken. So at Black History Month celebration, they had Juan Pollo for dinner. Because nothing says Black History Month like a 40-something white man singing Muddy Waters and some Juan Pollo.
That's the fucking best thing I've ever heard.
And my daughter.
That's like right out of a movie. Like that's like some shit that you're like watching a movie and you're like, nobody would ever be that dumb in real life.
So my daughter wins the Michelle Obama Award at the Black History. That's true, actually.
What is going on at this school?
Motherfucking Redlands. You what motherfuckers? Cracker
This is
ass.
San Bernardino. This isn't even Redlands. This is like San Bernardino.
Oh, shit, dude.
So, yeah.
I don't even know. Like, and thank you for listening to this show, because I have nothing after that, dude. What are we talking about? Right?
Like, how did we miss that on the last episode? That's like so great.
I don't know, man.
Holy shit, dude.
Okay. So let's transition from that. Good times. That was the absolute high point of last week for me. But yeah, hey, so we had some really fun stuff happen, you guys. Big Lebowski, 20-year anniversary.
Yes.
So I know somewhere Steve was like
having a white Russian. I was fucking walking around my fucking jellies, and this sweater thing that I dug out of the fucking closet, and yeah.
You probably were, weren't you?
I was abiding,
The dude abides.
Yeah.
Call me the dude, your
give
dudeness.
me a couple of oat sodas. Yeah. Fucking great movie. I mean, I could watch it. I could watch it right now.
I read a great article where they went back because the movie got really bad reviews when it came out.
Oh yeah, totally.
And so they went back and talked to a bunch of people that are still working as reviewers, and like, what do you think now that it's 20 years later? Like, do you change your mind?
Right.
And like, almost all of them were like, "Yeah, I didn't get it. Like, you know, it's like it's seminal now." And there was one guy that's like, never watched it again after the first time I watched it. No, I have not changed my mind. I'm like,
wow,
way to be a dick.
You're right. Totally. Fun at parties.
Right?
Yeah.
So real quick, in honor
He was a fan of The Room, apparently.
Oh, it's such a good movie. Listen to our last podcast, and you can hear about why The Room is such a fantastic, high-quality film. So,
moving on.
In honor of the Big Lebowski's 20-year anniversary, I thought it might be fun for what is your favorite moment in The Big Lebowski? Like,
oh shit!
And there are so many to choose from,
dude. So many.
I think it'd be harder or a little easier for Chris because he probably only likes one moment in the movie because he has no humor. But for Steve, this is gonna be a lot harder. It's like picking your favorite like Star Wars Cantina alien. Like, there's no chance, right?
Right. I mean, Jesus Christ. I've watched this movie. I've studied this movie like the fucking Dead Sea Scrolls.
Like the Zapruder film.
I own the books, dude. Fucking. I'm a Lebowski. You're a Lebowski.
I'm all there. These are based on books.
Oh, there's a whole book of it's called I'm a Lebowski. You're a Lebowski.
What is the book
Which is
about?
also a fucking line from the movie. So, well, you know, it's just like the making of it and the fucking like, you know, they talk to the actors and like what, you know, a lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have yous. Another line from the movie. Thank you. I could do this all night. I could do a one-man show. I could be like Shatner in Julius Caesar, playing every role of the Big Lebowski.
All the
dude.
characters.
I mean, fuck, dude. That's a really hard one for me. I mean, the scene with fucking Jesus at the fucking bowling alley, and Walter's like, he's a pederast. I mean, he's a sex offender. You had to go, you know, door to door, you know, and let everybody know.
This is what happens when you fuck somebody.
Have you ever watched it when it's on like Spike or whatever, and that's
dub
cut?
it? Yeah.
And it's like, this is what happens when you meet a man in the Alps. What the fuck? Rewind that. Did he just say what I fucking think he said? I mean, it's so fucking funny to see it dubbed and shit and cut. It's great, man. Yeah, I don't know. What's yours?
I probably that when he's destroying the Corvette.
Oh my god,
was like
dude.
probably the funniest goddamn thing in the whole movie.
See, I unfortunately didn't see it right when it came out.
Right.
I actually saw it a year later.
I don't think anybody saw it in
No,
theaters, dude.
yeah, I mean, it just totally just right. And as soon as I started working into cable, a friend of mine, Robert, who got me the job there, he was a fan of it before I was, and he turned me on to it. And it just so happened they were playing it on cable, and we have the fortune of watching TV all day on our job.
Right.
So we played this fucking movie
Ad nauseum.
constantly,
Nice.
dude. And if you didn't like it, you know what? Go out in the fucking yard. All right, you could sweep the fucking corner. You don't like this, dude? Out to the yard with you.
That's
To
when
the
I fell in love with young Tara Reid when she offers
Oh
to
my
blow him for
god,
$100.
dude, right? I mean, fuck. I was like, let me go find a cash machine too,
Right?
because
I'm
I'm
like-
like, yeah.
Yeah, and at the time I'm making like $4.25 an hour. I'm like, please take all of my money.
Right?
I love you, Tara Reid. That was
Brilliant movie, dude. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I love and like most of Jeff Bridges' wardrobe, dude, was like he just brought stuff from home. That was all his.
I do not find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was all his stuff, man. So
Chris, how about you? What's your favorite moment?
Man,
from
I
the Big
don't
Lebowski?
have one. I've seen it a few times, but I don't have the reverence for it that you guys do.
oh yeah,
Dude,
Sorry,
I don't
man.
even know how to feel about you anymore. It's like, like you think you know a guy.
It's funny, but there's nothing that's sticking out as like the funniest moment for me.
But I'm sure you could do 10 minutes on iZombie right now if we like jumped into it.
I'm not even keeping up with it this season.
What?
I haven't really watched it.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm
It's
glad.
crazy nowadays trying to keep up with shows.
I mean, I
and
watched
stuff
Lebowski
these
maybe
days.
a month and a half ago.
And you didn't.
Nothing sticking out. I mean, the fight with the Germans is kind of funny.
Oh my God! When the
I
guy-
fuck you. I fuck you.
Yeah.
the nihilist.
Right.
That's,
Yeah, the nihilists.
Oh my God.
Or like when
Absolutely.
he's explaining about the nihilists, and Walter's like, "Fucking Nazis."
Yeah.
they're like
Nothing
man,
fucking
I
ever
don't think
changes.
I don't think they're Nazis, man. I think they're they're
nihilists.
nihilists.
I mean, say what you will about National Socialism, but at least it's an ethos. What's a nihilist, Walter? Shut the fuck up, Donnie. I mean, just fuck,
Okay.
dude.
Donnie's ashes on the cliff.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes. Okay.
Like the first time I watched that movie, I laughed so hard at that
What
moment.
is wrong with you, man? The fuck does anything have to do with Vietnam?
Yeah.
It's a fucking travesty with you, man. Fuck, dude. It's so we're bereaved. We're not fucking saps. It's got him in a fucking Folgers can. It's fucking brilliant, dude.
So yeah, not that we need to, but why not? Second chance movie, The Big Lebowski. Like,
Absolutely.
Like,
dude.
and I think
if you
there's-
have not seen this fucking movie, I know we have some younger listeners out there. You need to fucking stop what you're doing right now. You need to get that fucking movie and you need to watch it. And then you know what you're going to do after you're done? You're going to watch it again, dude.
You know what it was for me? It was sort of my introduction to the brilliance of the Coen brothers. You know, and like,
Yeah, I mean, like I'd seen Fargo.
yeah,
You know, I'd seen obviously Raising Arizona.
right.
And let me tell you, like that was way before.
Way.
That was late
before.
80s.
But fucking that car, his car,
Yeah.
that's the same fucking car they use in Lebowski and shit.
Really?
Get
Yeah.
out.
Well, they still have that piece of shit, dude. They use it in Fargo too.
Is that like Sam Raimi's car?
Yeah, yeah. You know, they're kind of fucking weird, quirky dudes like that and stuff. So
But I think back now, it's like, because I had seen Raising Arizona, and I'm like, I really like this movie. Like, I don't know why. And then, of course,
Yeah, I don't
Fargo.
know why I like that either.
It's a weird movie.
well, you
It's
know
a
what,
really
man? I mean,
fucking
the
weird
thing that
movie.
fucking the Coen brothers fucking do, the other fucking movies. I mean, Ron always talks about fucking the story. They are bringing these fucking characters,
Right.
and they are. You think that these are wild, weird characters? No, dude, these are fucking like people. This is the people fucking around us all the time.
Right.
These are who they're capturing, not this make believe bullshit. You know that this is stuff for a script. They're bringing life to characters who fucking they're actually around them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the whole Lebowski is based off of fucking somebody that they knew. You know?
Well, and I think what's fun about, I mean, and look, not every one of their movies is like a winner.
No.
I mean, some of the, like, I remember, was it the Darjeeling Limited with Owen Wilson was sort of like with the three brothers on the train. Not so good. The Hale Caesar that they just did, actually auditioned for that movie, was not very good.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this was like, I wanted to like it more than I did.
Uh-huh.
But like, The Life Aquatic is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
definitely.
Dude. Like that, I love that movie.
Never seen it.
You've never seen The Life Aquatic with Steve
Wait,
Suzuki?
was that Coen Brothers? I thought that was fucking what's his name?
That's Wes Anderson, dude.
Is that Wes Anderson? I thought that was the Coen brothers.
I am
Wes
not
Anderson?
a fan of Wes Anderson.
I'll go
personally.
pull that off the wall.
Oh, I
Go
love
look.
fucking.
I'm pretty sure
love
that's the Coen brothers.
I love fucking. What is it? The Budapest.
That might be Wes Anderson.
I love
Now
It is
that I
Wes
think about it.
Anderson.
What was the one hotel one?
Bunch of
they did?
hipster bullshit.
Oh, the one they just did.
The Grand Budapest.
Grand Budapest. That
I
must be
like
the
that
one.
one. I
That
thought
one
it
was
was
fun,
cool.
dude.
And I love fucking Royal Tenenbaums. And if you don't know,
Oh my God, Gene Hackman's so good in that movie.
and that was it.
He's done. He retired. after that.
Apparently, he was a bastard.
Really?
Oh yeah, you don't know that?
No.
Oh yeah, dude. Everybody fucking hated him on that, dude.
Really?
Absolutely, dude.
I just think he'd kind of reached the end.
He hated fucking Wes Anderson.
Really?
I believe Angelica Houston had nothing good to say of him.
Really?
Yeah, dude. And that was it, man. He threw in the towel after that one, dude.
That seems weird.
True story, but I love that goddamn movie, dude.
Well, it's kind of like Sean Connery with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Like that was his last one.
You know, here's another one too. I mean, how old has he got to be now?
Oh,
You
he's
know?
ancient, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably like close. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the Deadpool somewhere. Hate to say it, but it's true. They get old eventually, and then they die.
Oh, way to really uplifting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Ba-dum,
thanks.
bum, bum.
No Country for Old Men. That's another Coen Brothers movie.
Yes.
like that one's, Oh
Well,
Brother.
I gotta fucking tell you, dude. The No Country for Old Men was. It was a little fucking weird, dude. I had to go back and watch that again. I was like,
Well, it messes with you.
what
Like
the
those,
fuck
they
is
do,
going on
They do
here,
such
man?
an interesting job of like taking the story, and right when you think you know where it's gonna go, like you basically kill your protagonist up until that point.
Yeah.
You kill him off screen.
Yeah.
And then your other character, who was one of your secondary protagonists, basically does not have any sort of fulfilling ending. Like basically just like I'm gonna get old and die.
Yeah.
Is like his ending, and then the bad guy gets away, and you're like, you get to the end, you're like, okay, that happened,
Right.
but like fantastic, I mean, they, True Grit, like
Oh man, I love that one.
one of the best remakes I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, we went and saw that together at the theater.
Yeah, but his
That
voice was
good.
terrible.
Who? Jeff Bridges?
Yeah.
Really? I thought he sounded like a good, grumpy, fucking
It was so
gravelly
hard to
old man.
understand.
Right.
Yeah, I liked it.
And then they wrote, if you haven't seen it, Bridge of Spies, directed by Spielberg.
I did see that.
That's a great movie, dude.
Yeah.
I actually just recently saw that. It was
love the
actually a very good
shit
movie.
out of that
Yeah,
movie.
Totally.
When they're not doing
I
comedies,
gotta tell
they
you,
are
man,
really good.
I don't think I've seen a fucking Tom Hanks movie.
Tom Hanks
I
doesn't
haven't
do
liked
bad things.
Yes,
No.
he does.
What?
What?
He did Lady Killers. You know why it's bad? There's a Wayans in it.
So what you're saying is in the math equation that a Wayans is greater than
I'm with Chris on this, dude. I'm not a big fucking Wayne's brother fan, dude.
Okay, first
They're
off,
in the fucking credits, and you're like,
first off, don't
you
put
are
me in
not
don't put
funny,
me in the
dude.
Wayans fan brother category over here. Like I'm like no, the Wayans, those boys make great movies.
Right.
No, they're terrible. If it's not a Damon Wayans joint, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
So
I think it was Damon Wayans, though. No, it wasn't.
No,
it was
it was-
Marlon.
He's a
It's
Damon
Marlon,
Wayne's
dude.
joint. He's so fucking urban.
You are.
He could have.
You should have come and done 5 minutes on stage.
Yeah, dude.
they would have been like my people, All right, cool. Let's move on. We got to talk about this Han Solo trailer.
I'm excited, dude.
Are you on board now?
I am, man. You know what? I fucking am. It definitely gave me a little kind of a darker, grittier feel like Rogue One. I'm really fucking hoping not to see any Jedi in this.
Here's my problem. For years and years, I've given Chris grief about Hayden Christensen because Chris, he's the worst actor ever.
Uh-huh.
I think this guy that plays Han Solo is actually the worst actor ever. And I think what he did is he did his research on Harrison Ford, but he only did research on modern Harrison Ford, where he's like
grumpy ass.
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna be
Harrison Ford.
monotone and grumpy, and he's like, my whole life I've wanted to be a pilot. And this time I'm gonna be a pilot.
He's Stephen Wright.
And I'm this is Chewie, let's go. I was really worried there for a second. And I'm like the whole trailer, I was like, I love everything else about the trailer except for Han Solo. I'm like, how is that possible?
Should have been a Lando movie.
Dude, and how great does come on brain.
Glover.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
How great does Donald Glover look as Lando Calrissian?
Oh, dude, I tell you what, when he came out wearing that fucking coat, that fucking pimp coat,
Yeah?
I was like, that goddamn coat right there has got me in the fucking seat. Look at that coat. It's a beautiful coat.
I hope they recut it so it's a lot of Lando in the film.
That'd be cool.
And then you
know?
got and apparently Woody Harrelson.
Dude, that fucking scene, man, when that fucking Star Destroyer is coming out of the fucking, I don't know, some fucking nebula.
Right.
Holy fucking shit. I mean, that looks fucking dark and evil. I love that.
There's some
dude.
great imagery in this
Oh,
film.
yeah. I'm like, fucking. And then they recut it, the fucking Beastie Boys. I'm like, oh, come on.
No, they
This-
did not.
They cut it. No, they sabotaged.
Somebody did that.
Somebody
yeah,
cut
somebody
it to sabotage.
put it
Okay.
to sabotage. I was like, psh,
I was gonna say that doesn't sound very Star Wars
we need
to
to
me.
but they need to make it happen because fucking old man's dropping out now. He's after.
John Williams announced his retirement after
Yeah.
episode 9. But Homeboy's 83 years old.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
done
come
9
on.
movies at this
You know,
point.
it's I always think it's fucking crazy how fucking selfish people can be. Like you're so.
I thought you were talking about John Williams. Oh, he's 83. Let him die.
No, it's like fucking give the fucking guy a break. They're making a big deal about what are they gonna do. Listen, motherfucker, he ain't gonna be around much fucking longer. Let him fucking
there
retire.
are a lot of other composers out
Very
there.
talented.
Well, it's going to be,
people,
what's
you know?
his face? Michael Giancolo, who did...
It should just be fucking
Rogue One.
Danny Elfman in every goddamn movie
Right.
from now until he wants to fucking retire.
Well, Danny
There you
Elfman's
go.
almost 60 now, too.
I know, right?
I mean,
It's crazy.
seriously?
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? The soundtrack for Justice League, he did a great job on
Everybody
that.
like do 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 do.
Every
Like,
Danny Elfman score ever.
Every fucking like lightsaber scene is gonna be like that, dude. It's gonna sound like fucking Beetlejuice, and it's just good. I want to see it once so I can just fucking watch all those Star Wars that are fucking cringing, dude. Just,
That'd be great.
fuck.
Didn't you already have that happen during Rogue One though? Because I did. You know when it first happened to me was Clone Wars. Because when I'm watching Clone Wars, I'm all, this is kind of like John Williams, but not. Like, it's kind of weird. Like,
Talking about the animated?
yeah. So, like, it's the first time I was, like, really, like, that scoring, it's, like, it's John Williams-esque, but it's obviously not John Williams, you know? And then when we saw Rogue One, I was like, it's, like, it sounds like when you watch a TV show and they do, like, a ripoff of Star Wars, and they're, like, you know, and they're instead of, you know, like, or like when you watch Big Bang and they do their Indiana Jones-esque theme,
right?
You know, and it's like
dun
dun dun dun dun dun dun.
Yeah, like
and you're like, what the hell is that?
It's like they're like, don't fuck with the copyright. We're so close. Okay, and with that we stop.
Yeah, and it's like I not that the music was bad for Rogue One, but that's how I felt. I felt like somebody's like, you know, what's great? Star Wars. We should do a theme that kind of sounds like Star Wars, but is not Star Wars. Cool.
Right.
And then they did a whole movie of it. You know, so
yeah.
And, you know, with this movie, I mean, look, I'd be fine if Sabotage showed up in the movie. It's just, it's got to be better than that guy's acting.
You know, it's got Woody Harrelson in it. You know, like, I know we've heard a lot of fucking things in this and that. You know, they had to, you know, we talk about Tom Hanks and not a slouch. Neither is fucking Ron Howard. Okay?
No.
Ron Howard produces fucking phenomenal films.
Right.
So
Right.
I think
He's
we've
almost
got some
Spielberg.
cool. I think we got some cool shit in store for us.
I don't know that he's Spielberg, but
We'll
I would
see
say
if-
that
we'll
he's a
see
good
if,
filmmaker.
He's got a record like Spielberg.
We'll
as
see
far
if,
as win-loss.
I
We'll
mean,
see if his directing can bring your actor friend here that
Sure.
you're not to life.
I mean, look, Ron
see.
Howard gave us
we've
Beautiful
seen,
Mind,
we've seen
Apollo 13.
We've seen very little dialogue and acting yet of the characters, so we'll have to wait and see.
Wasn't he Cloud Atlas?
No, he was not Cloud
Or was that
Atlas.
Spielberg?
That was not Spielberg either.
Who the hell directed Cloud Atlas?
It wasn't Ron Howard, but he did. I mean, on the downside, Ron Howard did also give us Willow. No, I'm just kidding. I love Willow. That's a great
It was
movie.
a great movie. What?
No, but no, he gave us. You know, but I mean, he directed Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons.
I'm saying. It was all great.
But he also directed How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey,
Which was fucking great.
It's a great movie. What are you
no,
talking
it's
about?
not great.
It's a phenomenal
Oh, it's a
adaptation
fun.
of that
It's a
story.
fun Christmas movie.
It does
Jesus
not-
What are you
Christ.
doing?
No, absolutely not. It does not understand what the story of the Grinch is about. Like, you need to go back and rewatch that. So
I watched it.
It's fucking great.
I watch it 6 fucking times every Christmas.
Right.
no, it's
'Cause I
terrible.
can't-
Okay, you are wrong on this one.
I'm not wrong. I know
You
I'm
are
right.
absolutely
I've seen
wrong.
it. You are welcome
that
to your wrong
movie
opinion.
is great, and it made the Grinch likable.
That's the problem. He's not supposed to be likable.
He has to be likable. Otherwise, people hate him all the way up until the end, and he changes his mind, and they still fucking hate him.
The Who's were wrong in that movie. Like, the whole point of the boat thing is that he goes to basically steal their toys and shit because he's like F Christmas and F you kids, right?
Because they were mean to him. It's a movie about bullying.
Okay.
Well, it's also a fucking book that's like 16 goddamn pages. You gotta fucking make some shit up, guys.
Right.
But okay, but then the whole movie became about commercialism. So like the Who's were like the Grinch was right and the Who's were wrong. Like that's the problem. He's like, they don't understand Christmas. It's too commercial. Da da da. And then he steals all their toys. And then they're like, no, we don't need our toys. We're just gonna enjoy Christmas. And then it's like, then he finds that commercialism's good. I don't understand what the point of the movie is.
Well, and then it also brought us fucking what's her name plays Cindy Lou who grew up.
Taylor Momsen.
Holy shit, did she grow up?
I don't know who that is.
She is fucking smoking.
What's her name?
Taylor Munson.
Taylor Munson.
She's now
Mommensen or something like that.
she's now left.
She's a Munson?
She's no longer acting anymore, but she's a full-time singer for whatever fucking metal band she had.
Oh, is she in a metal band?
Oh, and she is fucking smoking hot, dude.
Taylor Momsen.
There we go.
Oh, wow. Yeah, wow, okay.
But you know, we're talking about directors here. We're talking about Spielberg. We're talking about fucking.
Yeah.
So you know, we got other great news that we've heard for years, but is now official. It's come out on StarWars.com.
We're getting a Star Wars TV show.
We are gonna get a fucking Lucasfilm Star Wars live action series.
Yeah, and it's going straight to their new streaming service.
Announced. Yeah, so what? Welcome to fucking the future,
Yeah, I
guys.
get it. I'm just like, another thing I got to pay for.
Executive producer John
Yeah, I'm not
Favreau.
doing that shit.
Yeah, you will.
I will.
Goddamn right. You
I ain't
fucking
streaming
will. There's
shit,
some fucking
dude.
Star Wars.
Well, you're
on
going to be
there.
dead. It's
I ain't streaming the Star Trek that came out, and I know people in that shit. I still ain't streaming it.
All you guys want this shit for free.
I do,
Yeah,
dude.
I
That's
do.
fine.
I'm paying
I
for
paid to see-
cable.
Well, that's your mistake. I paid for the. Get rid of that shit.
I work for the motherfuckers,
That's right.
and I still have other shit.
There you go.
I ain't streaming. I
got
got
it all.
Netflix, and that's it. Disney can suck a bag of dicks and enjoy what they do because
Oh yeah. So when
They're
we're
gonna come and kill you.
wait. So we
That's
decided that at this point, like we're gonna start, like we're gonna take back suck a bag of dicks, right? So, so the way we're gonna do that is like we're gonna use it as like a positive thing. Like enjoy what you do, sir. So like have fun with it. So suck a bag of dicks, sir. Like it's like
Taking it back.
taking it back.
taking it back.
about
right?
time.
It's definitely so.
Yeah, I don't care that they're putting out their new service. They can keep their streaming Star Wars because I'll buy it and I'll stream it on my own shit. I'm not paying fucking Disney for another streaming service. I'm not paying Hulu. I'm not paying CBS. They can all enjoy what they do and just suck a big old bag of dicks.
See, like when it's positive, it's enjoy what you love, right? So
Do what you love.
I think you're wrong, and I think you're
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just not doing it.
you're behind on the 8-ball, dude.
That's
Like-
fine. I'm still not doing it.
Like
I think it's stupid.
that's fine, and you could go, and I'm sure there's some children on your lawn you could be yelling at right now,
Right.
Or a cloud, or whatever it is.
It's like those fucking people. I was like,
fucking
I'm
rip-off.
still gonna use a rotary phone. God damn it! I bought this. I paid American currency.
This is a perfectly good flip phone,
Right.
and I'm gonna
All right.
continue to use it
I'm
until
gonna
it
use
no
my
longer works.
Jitterbug.
I don't know what a jitterbug is.
It's
that
a
an old
really
people
big
phone?
It's like a big flip phone for old people. Dude.
What?
The numbers are huge.
Why would they do that?
Dude,
So
we
you
have-
can see the numbers.
We have special remote controls, and the buttons glow so so old people can see them, dude.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's true. That's
So is
a
it
true
like
story.
because I've seen the one where it's like the phone on TV where it's like a house phone, but it has numbers that are like as big as your hand.
I can't
to
believe
dial
I've never
with.
seen a motherfucking Jitterbug.
And this
And
is a
there's-
cell phone. It's like a Zach Morris phone.
Watch, I'm gonna fucking
Zach
show
Morris.
you, dude.
You know, like
we'll
Saved by
put
the
it.
Bell, like that brick phone.
We'll put it
that
on
you
the
used to
fucking.
carry
We'll put it
around.
on the page for you people at home who haven't fucking seen what a fucking Jitterbug
So
is.
why-
dude.
Does it have apps or is it like just
apps? Get the fuck out of here, fucking app.
No,
Actually, I think it does have some newer versions.
Its only application is
but
to make
like
calls.
fucking, here you go, dude. There's a Jitterbug. Dude.
Holy shit!
this is not real?
That is fucking absolutely real. You want to see
real.
the newer models?
That shit
Check
is
this
like
out.
that is like Photoshop. They took a small tiny
Dude,
flip phone.
It's the size of a shoe.
The newer ones with the fucking nice big fucking buttons for grandma.
It's what? Okay, so basically somebody was like, you know, it's a good idea, a Motorola phone from 1997.
yeah.
Well, they were happy with them back then.
But okay, that other phone is not a real phone.
Yeah, it was.
It was. Yeah. It
And
was.
furthermore, why did they get the world's smallest Jewish man on the planet to hold that phone? Like he's like, I don't know why the buttons are so big. Like,
Hey, fucking Grandpa Munster.
like I don't understand. Like I'm so confused by
Hey,
this.
fuck, man. So that'll be Chris with his fucking.
That's
He's
fine.
just yelling at that
I'm not,
motherfucker.
I'm not streaming more than one fucking thing.
Is that what
I
we were
hardly
talking
ever
about?
use-
I've like lost my train of thought here. So
Yeah, man, it's a stream. You know what? Netflix has got me because they've got all kinds of good shit.
Okay.
I am not going to get on a new service for one show. Like, I just canceled the Showtime. I canceled the Showtime. I'm not going to see American Gods.
What?
But I'm not going to keep an entire
no.
package of programming, like extra $10 a month or whatever, just so I can watch one show for 6 weeks.
Right.
I'm just not doing it. It's stupid.
I understand. I mean,
There's-
there's a point.
There's nothing
gotta
on
tell
there
you,
that
dude,
I
there
really
was-
got to see.
There was a fucking point. I think we were buying our first house, and me and the wife sat down, dude, and did like we added up all these monthly reoccurring fees that we had, dude, and it was like, the gym, the World of Warcraft account, my fucking Howard Stern on demand,
Oh,
and then you
God.
have your fucking series. I mean, by the time you're done, dude, you could be a couple $100.
Yeah, exactly.
And like these reoccurring fees
Yes.
because you're just like $7 here. That's not that big deal. It's only $7. And that's where they get you. They know that your attitude is just like, it's only $10.
That's the movie pass.
That's cool, man. It's only $10.
That's why I'm using the shit out of that movie pass.
So just, before you know it, dude, you get enough of these things and it fucking adds the fuck up quick, dude. And you're like, holy shit, man. We got a couple $100 flying out. And then some of the stuff, you're not even using.
No.
So like I have an Amazon Prime account. The only reason I got that was because of the free shipping.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, man, I don't think I've ever really watched anything on there. I think I watched one show.
Con Man was on there for a while.
It was we talked about it on the show before. Sorry, I'm having
the Man in the High Castle?
Yeah, where the fucking Germans and the fucking Japanese won World War II.
Yeah, I got to watch about one episode of that.
Yeah,
loved it, and then I'm like,
it was the only thing I got into on there, but I never fucking I never used it anymore.
No.
And even the Netflix, I'm kind of like up and down about.
Only thing
keeping
me on the
Netflix all the
time is Marvel.
Yeah.
Well, you got to try because Amazon Prime's not bad, but you should try The Tick, like the remake of The Tick that they've done. It's really good, actually. I
was a huge fan of the animated back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, we'd wake up, man, we were still fucking high and drunk from the night before, Friday night before.
Right.
We watched that cartoon. Like three guys, man, just like curled up in blankets, fucking watching Saturday morning cartoons, still smoking pot and drinking fucking. I
would TiVo that shit, dude.
Yeah,
and then we would have
TiVo. There's fucking one you don't hear about no more.
I'd TiVo it, and then we'd have everybody over for Monday Night Football, and we'd get done drinking and watch the game. And when the game was done, we would literally shoot pool and watch The Tick.
Fuck yeah!
That was what we did.
That was the fucking shit back in the day, dude.
All right, so it's time to transition. We got to talk some Walking Dead. So
Walking Dead.
Jeez, I forgot about that.
Right?
So I saw the season premiere, but I have not seen this last Sunday's. But please, by all means, talk about it. It's not gonna.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot that happened in that last episode. Oh yes, there was. The fucking greatest thing in the world happened.
Yes, but let's talk the premiere first.
Right.
So let's talk.
I forgot that.
Well, I mean,
the end of Carl.
Yeah, how do we feel about that?
You know what? I dig it. From what I understand, he wanted to leave the show because he wanted to go to college.
Fair enough.
I think that's fucking true. I think I've heard some other stories, but that's.
I think he was talking that, and then they said okay.
Yeah.
And then he had buyer's remorse.
Oh, really?
He wanted to stick around.
Well, but I think when you're on a show you've been on that show since you were a small child,
right?
Like, we've all watched him grow up
for sure
since he was like 8.
Yeah.
I'm just what do you think's gonna? I mean, this really takes the show in a really different direction.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Judith, man, I don't know what they're feeding this kid.
Right,
they're getting this kind of protein, but man,
kid's like 90.
How long have they been in fucking Alexandria? It's been a couple of years, apparently.
Season 5 they got there, and the season 8.
Yeah, man.
Right.
They definitely have drug out the last 2 seasons.
It's funny because the way that they film it makes it seem like they've only kind of been there for a few months.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you look at that kid and you go, well, I ain't a fucking baby anymore,
no,
man.
Not at all. But man, I thought the episode was good. I really it was a good fitting send off to Carl if we were going to do that, which apparently we were. But there were parts of it that I was like, this doesn't need to be a 90-minute. There was, first off, a lot of goddamn commercials.
There were a lot of commercials.
Fuck the commercials.
Hour and a half episode, and I'd say probably 20 minutes of solid commercials, dude.
Yeah. And it breaks up the flow. That's the other thing,
well,
too.
Luckily, I recorded it. I didn't watch it live, so I just fast-forwarded through those little fuckers real quick, so I kind of kept the flow going for me.
But then it was weird because it was like they really went out of their way with the with Sadiq, and I'm like, I don't care about Sadiq. We just met him literally for a hot minute on the side, and he's like it's like Driving Miss Daisy. He's like, you're my best friend.
You're my best good friend.
I was like, what the fuck, Forrest? What's happening over here? You and Lieutenant Dan. That we didn't.
I think I have my opinion of that.
Wow.
But some people would consider that to be unpopular. So.
Well, I mean, he's a character from the comic book, so they are bringing him in.
Yeah.
You know? But at the same time, it was it was a little wedged in. There were other people.
Now, was he a doctor in the comic book?
He was.
Okay, so that makes sense that they bring him in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he came in. He was a late arrival, at Alexandria during All Out War and what have you. But at the same time, it's I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't care about you at all. I don't care.
I would have preferred him to ease him in a little bit more than given him such a central goodbye.
Yeah, right?
You know, I felt that there were so many other characters that were kind of standing in that sewer that could have done a better.
I mean, shit, dude, we've been with Tara since season 4, you know?
Right.
And she didn't get, like, you know, didn't get to say hi or nothing. It was just, like, sad look. Tara looks sad, you guys. Like, let's move past her.
Right.
Because Sadiq has something to say. You know, but at the same time, it was like, I love the opening. Although, once again, like, being bit on The Walking Dead, it only means whatever the writers need it to mean on that specific episode. So it's like, how long? Because he was bit, like, 3 episodes before that? Like, how much time actually had passed, you know, from the time he was bit until that time?
It was like that first thing that morning. Dude.
Was it like a day? Like one day?
Yeah, I think it was like he went out early that morning to find that guy
which makes Sadiq,
while everybody was fucking out, like fucking, you know,
blowing shit up.
Yeah.
It just makes that goodbye even that much worse. That'd be like a guy I met at Comic-Con in the morning.
They've always been like, you know, and I think they've been pretty consistent with this in most zombie movies is, quite frankly, the infection spreads differently, almost case to case.
Right.
Some people, it's a very immediate thing. Others, it just takes longer. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was fucking Return of the Living Dead. I don't know, 3 or 4 or whatever the fuck. Where like the scientists were trying to like, or maybe no. It was maybe Day of the Dead. They were trying to determine like.
That was Day of the Dead.
Yeah, like some sort of a gestation period.
Trying to get it down to it.
They did that in World War Z too.
Yeah, you know, and
where it was
just,
like 10 seconds.
It like
really?
varied. Yeah, I see that I don't like. You're like, oh, okay.
It was 13 actually.
Let's run like fucking. Anyways, that's
Howler monkeys.
Yeah. So you know, I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. It kind of showed a level of maturity of the character. Like he fucking knew. Like, I'm done. So let me write these fucking letters. Let me take some pictures of my sister real quick. And I thought that was kind of cool. I know other people were complaining. When I read people's fucking complaints, I'm just like, man, what the fuck do you want from this fucking show?
It's a zombie show.
You know what I mean?
Like, get the fuck over it.
But this also, it's a fucking drama.
Right.
You know? And you have to develop characters, and you have to have a story. It can't just be fucking running and gunning zombies the whole time, because let me tell you, you won't fucking like that after 16 episodes.
Well, then
either.
you're Z Nation, and it's like,
yeah, exactly. Go watch that fucking goofball.
Oh
shit,
my
dude.
god, I watched like half an episode.
I gotta tell you, I got a couple of friends who fucking swear by it, and I tried to sit there and watch it with them. I was like, this
that
fucking
show
sucks, guys.
and they're probably the same people.
So
They're like,
stupid.
Walking Dead's lame, and you're like, you're wrong. Like your amount of you're wrong.
Yeah.
And I know people are jumping.
Oh, they're talking. That's stupid. You're like, okay. Well, you know, you obviously didn't fucking know anything about the comic book.
Right.
Or the way that was written. You just want, you know, you're a goddamn monkey. He wants to be entertained.
Want shoot 'em ups.
Yeah, you know. And I like
Go
that
play your
shit
video
too.
game, your first person shooter.
You know, I like that stuff too, but to me there's a time and a place. They're making a fucking TV show, a long distance fucking show at that. You gotta have more than just running and gunning all the time, dude.
Well,
it's fucking stupid when people say crap like that.
Here's my question going forward. So we're in a situation now where we just, for me, like Carl was sort of the glue that keeps me invested in Rick, you know, and especially like TV Rick, because TV Rick is like sometimes is a villain, like plain and simple.
Yeah.
Like way more so than comic book Rick is, you know?
Uh-huh.
But without Carl, it's like, does he lose his moral center? I mean, I guess he still has Judith, which we don't have in the comic books.
Yeah.
But he, like, let's be honest, there seems to be no connection to that character whatsoever. Like, Carl was his reason for everything.
Yeah.
Literally, and he says that as much. Like, do you think it's going to cause problems with the storytelling going forward?
Ooh, that's well,
they tried to wrap that up by saying, you know, promise me you'll do this and, you know, do this for me.
Which we find in the second episode, he immediately is like, no.
Right.
Immediately is like, no, I'm not doing that.
That's
not
not
ready.
Right.
And then him and Negan have like a radio. They have apparently the world's most powerful walkie-talkies that they can talk over like the distance of hundreds of miles. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like we're just ignoring it right away, you know? And it's like, we got better things to do with our time than essentially, like, I don't know, care about Carl anymore, you know?
Yeah.
And my other question is like, I mean, like we're all parents here. Like, this is Rick's first child that he's lost. So it's like, how much of a profound effect is it going to have on him? You know, are the writers going to write that in? You know?
Yeah. Well, we've already seen him break so many times,
right?
I mean,
do we have room for another one of those?
I don't know if we do. Honestly,
he's not going to break again.
I mean,
he's pure vengeance and heat at this point.
Well, then how do we get to a point where he doesn't kill Negan? How do
well,
we get to
I
that
mean,
point?
honestly, dude, like even Carl fucking said to him, like, man, it just happened. This really didn't have anything to do with Negan or anything. He's the walking Carl. That fucking kid has been wandering off on his own since the fucking beginning of the goddamn zombie apocalypse. Where's Carl? Where's Carl? I'm just fucking walking around. I'm shooting shit, and I'm fucking with zombies. He's always fucking around with people, you
Eating
know?
pudding.
Yeah, I mean, he's the walking Carl. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think we really have room to see another breakdown of Rick. He, like you said, he got bit. It just happens. It had nothing to do with anybody else. He was actually going out to help somebody. I don't think that's, so I don't know. I think it's gonna be hard, but I really don't think we're gonna see. I hope we don't, because I think he's a great actor. I've seen this. And
I just don't want to. First off, I think if Andrew Lincoln leaves the show, I'm out. Like, plain and simple.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of fucking said that about a couple of central characters. About him, what's his name? Plays
Daryl.
Wait, who's Daryl?
And
oh wait, he had a couple lines in that last episode.
Even fucking even Michonne, dude. Those three right there are those.
Well, they're talking like they're gonna write Maggie off as well.
I wouldn't miss her.
Yeah, but I don't know how you do that. Like, you're really changing the comic books now. Like, extremely changing the comic books.
They've put her in a place of leadership.
Which is what happens in the comic books, but they're talking like it's like contract disputes. Like, she's been around since season 2, and she's like, I want to get paid. Like,
hey, fuck, and they don't... we talked about... I read the thing about T-Dog, dude. He was fucking around. Hey, bite his ass. Right. You're fucking out,
Well, now we're down to 3. It's just Daryl, Carol, and Rick,
Yeah,
That's it.
Totally,
that's the Atlanta 3 now. Fuck, they even killed Miguel this season, too.
Right.
Dude shows up for a hot second, and is like, they're like, nah, you got to go.
Nobody's escaping The Walking Dead, dude. You don't just fucking drive off into the sunset. Oh, no. Your ass getting bit.
Well, or Rick's gonna shoot you, or Daryl, or somebody.
Right. So,
well,
but, the other characters, I could almost like Eugene, fucking.
They did him dirty this season.
Father Abraham, any of them, I don't really care.
I'm just worried about Morgan. I think we're gonna lose Morgan at the end of this year.
Well, Morgan's gone, dude. He's going to Fear.
Well, yeah, and I'm thinking they're gonna kill him off on the Mothership show.
No, they're gonna have him go walkabout, dude. He's gonna end up.
No, he's going back in time. It's before.
No, have you heard that for sure?
Thank you, Wayne. No, yeah, Fear takes place like they're ahead of Walking Dead right now.
By only a few weeks, though.
Who fucking knows of this timeline? That child is quite clearly 5 years old now.
No. That Fear the Walking Dead takes place years ahead of The Walking Dead right now.
What?
Like, if Fear the Walking Dead was in the like, if you put them together, we're not even in season 3 of Walking Dead. Like, that's how far from the beginning they are.
Oh.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, yeah, they're really behind.
Yeah, like they're gonna basically be Morgan after Clear.
Or maybe they just go ahead and fucking maybe they do a time jump. Maybe the next fucking season of Fear comes back and it's like, it's been 5 years. Been on this road.
I would love if they...
I mean, they could do that. I mean, hey, fuck, they could write whatever the fuck they want.
Well, with that show, who cares? I don't know that anybody's watching it other than Ron.
I gave up on it.
Season 3 was good. I hate to say it, guys. Yeah. Season 3 was good. Like, you should try it.
Keep saying that.
You fucking suckered me before, man. Fooled me once.
Shame on me. Shame on you.
Yeah. However George Bush fucking
like,
said it.
Fooled me once. Shame on the shamer.
You can't fool me again.
Can't be fooled twice. You see, because you've been fooled once already.
That's the greatest fucking. Because of that, I can't even say it right anymore.
You're like,
before that, no problem.
Can't be fooled again.
See, then I watch that.
You've been fooled It's like when you see a clown. A clown comes in and he's like, "It's a magic trick."
Yeah,
it's like just great. Like him.
Just like from now on, whenever there's Black History Month, I'm gonna think of fucking Chris up there
singing Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf.
Fuck white guy up there singing Muddy Waters, dude.
All right, so Steve missed episode 2 after the big Carl death. So this last week, oh my God. So we went back to visit the Up.
Yes, I knew we were going there.
Well, here's the only bright side. Everybody is now dead in the Up.
Thank God. Does Negan wipe them all out?
And Homegirl started talking like normal at the end.
So this was a conscious choice they made as an art commune to talk like assholes. They literally were like, she's like, I thought we could create something better. I thought, and it's like, I literally, Chris and I are sitting in our hotel room, and it goes to commercial. I look at them, I'm like, fuck those people. They're the worst. I'm so happy they're dead.
Yeah, fuck them.
And then
seriously.
And so they all get shot. It's the right-hand man, the guy that was dealing with Hilltop.
With the mutton chops.
The dude with the mutton chops.
Yeah.
Like, Negan tells him, he's like, don't kill everybody. One person. Do it like we talked about. And so he shoots somebody. Because I want to see you're sorry, and she's like, we're sorry, like we have remorse.
Yeah.
And he pulls out the gun and just pop, and then he pops like somebody else, and it's like all of a sudden you're like, oh, the shit just got real.
And they took all their guns first.
And then it turns into fucking the scene from fucking from Platoon. When
they mow everybody down, women, children, the whole nine. It's like everybody. All right, so we took a quick pause because we had to add another mic because Mike walked in the room.
Hey,
way to be on time, dude. So we're talking about the second episode of Walking Dead. Did you see this last week?
I did. I enjoyed it.
Did you enjoy it because the garbage people died?
That was fun, and I finally got why you call them the Up-Ups.
Why?
Because of the Ewok song. No?
No.
All right.
It's because of her douche speak. Where
I know
like,
that.
We go to the up. And it's
they literally said.
Did they say up? Okay.
They said the up. They call it the up, and we call it the up because it's like.
I was thinking of like the Yup song from.
Yup.
Yeah, I was like, that's why you're calling the Yup.
No, they're just.
Okay. Well, then never mind.
So the best part of the episode.
Terrible douchebags from fucking. First time they.
At least we found out why they speak douche speak.
Oh, yeah, they're terrible.
The best part of the whole episode for me was after everybody gets killed and Jadis goes up. There's like the most convenient zombie killing device I've ever seen in my life, which is I'm guessing it's a trash grinder of some sort.
Yeah, some kind of industrial shredder.
Yeah, it's like an industrial shredder, and literally all of her friends, she like goes and guides them up, and then like as they're walking towards her, she turns on the fucking grinder, and one by one they all go into and it's like this paste of person goo that comes out down a conveyor belt.
And they don't cut away with the bodies being ground up.
No. It is easily one of the most gruesome things I've ever seen on The Walking Dead.
No shit.
Yeah. And what's funny about it is I was smiling because I hate the people from the up. And
so
I
they
didn't
were
feel
just
bad
walking into this like some sort of heaven.
Trying to get her.
They were trying to get her because
she was on the other side
of it. But the zombies are falling in.
Okay, all right. Oh, they're already zombified. I thought you meant like they were just like pulling like a Heaven's Gate fucking Jonestown thing. Like we're just gonna. Okay.
Hey, we didn't talk about Morgan on the first episode.
Yeah, we didn't, did we? We kind of
no. When Morgan went into the little theater,
that's
kind of gutted that dude
when he pulled out his goddamn entrails.
Oh yeah, even Carol was like.
That's a bit much, dude.
Yo, that was a pretty hardcore even for my ass.
Can we talk about how sharp that kid's stick was and how that angle it would not have come straight through that guy's head?
I gotta fucking tell you something. I gotta tell you, I have done my fair share of skinning for taxidermy and stuff like that. And skin is pretty tough.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're gonna get that clean of when you're like 12 years old.
And that kid's like 4 feet tall. It's like he's not tall at all. And the angle, I was like, so he was like,
it's hard to do
above his head, and like
he was fueled by revenge. Okay,
hard thing to fucking do.
I could have bought if like he just stabbed him in the back, and then it turned
went
into
through
like,
his neck.
Dude, it was like the most. Yeah, but okay, think about it. It was like literally the stick came straight out of his neck, and the kid is like tiny. Like did he have a box, like an egg crate that he stood on real quick?
Yeah, it's funny, dude. Remember in season 2 when they were on the road right before they got to the farm when they lost Carl and Sophia.
Yeah.
And actually they just lost Sophia. But Andrea was in the fucking RV, and she's trying to stab that fucking zombie with the fucking steak knife, and the steak knife breaks. So every time I fucking open the drawer, I look at those steak knives and go, these things are fucking useless. Fucking zombie apocalypse. Let's get rid of these.
Now, if you had bought Cutco knives.
I want to get a whole fucking drawer of Gerber fucking knives, dude.
They make baby knives?
No, I want I want knife, like a knife.
Oh,
for my steak knives. I look at
got
those
you.
steak. I look at those steak knives and go, couldn't use you for shit, dude. Fucking useless garbage.
I love how your consideration is essentially like,
Can I kill a human being with
this? Yeah, you're
Fuck,
like,
dude.
in the apocalypse, will this be handy for me?
I
No.
look at this shit daily.
Like, not interested. So yeah, I mean, the Morgan stuff. I mean, he went on quite the.
Yeah, he did.
Like him and Carol, like they fully SEAL Team 6 that place, and like.
Oh, those two together, man! It was like the Wonder Twins activate. Them motherfuckers were they were stacking bodies, dude.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Right.
Yeah, 3 at a
And then
time.
some.
Fuck it, dude. We'll get them.
It was great. Like, and it was fun because I was. But then on the flip side of that, you're like, well, why couldn't we have just done this already? Like,
Yeah.
if you guys are this good at killing, like, why can't we go do this to everybody?
Because
Like,
Morgan had his peaceful time. he's a savage killer, then he's peaceful, then he's a savage killer, then he's peaceful.
Yeah.
well, I think he's the man on the edge. Like, they're gonna make a spinoff about.
Well,
him.
like I've always said, dude, this fucking world, you know, that kind of shit goes out the fucking window, dude. It's time to kill. You're around. I mean, look at dude, zombies. Now you got fucking Negan and his guys. Got to blow them up with RPG and shit. I mean, it's a fucking crazy world.
My
dude.
biggest problem with this last week's episode, they had the zombie in the box, and the what's his little assistant's name? Negan's assistant,
Which one?
the guy with the mutton or the.
I don't know his name.
But
the
he's
mutton
just
shop guy.
Yeah, mutton chop guy. He's like reaching his fingers underneath the boards to pry this thing open, and there's a zombie in there. Like that thing can scratch you, can bite you.
But it seemed to me like they were playing it as though like we couldn't hear what was in the box, but like in after like they
What's in
added
the
in
box?
they added in all the effects of the groaning, you know, and so it's like it was weird because I'm like, well, they can obviously hear the zombie because I can hear it, right?
yeah, and they came with a loaded nail gun,
Right.
and they were pretty quick to react. Like, okay, it's a zombie, bump, 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 bump. But I'm like, you're really reaching your fingers underneath the lid to help pry it open with a zombie.
Well, they're not very smart.
They've been around this long. They should be smart enough not to reach your hand into a zombie box.
I don't know, man. I look. This last week's episode had moments of retardedness. Like it was like
most of the episodes have a little bit of. Fucking,
okay, so
you know.
Rick and Michonne are grieving over
Yeah.
Carl's death, and the gazebo that Carl used to sit in was on fire. They're surrounded by zombies, and Michonne thinks now is the time to put out this gazebo fire with the
save
fire
the roof.
extinguisher. We gotta save it, Rick. That's where Carl used to sit.
For a couple of years.
That's fucking corny as fuck. That's
And at
terrible.
a certain point, I was like,
Yeah, we're like,
what
the
are you
hell?
doing? Like nobody, you're not that dumb. There at this point, enough people have died around you. You've lost everybody you care about.
I can't believe that there's anybody left in fucking Alexandria.
There's not
this
at this
point.
point. It was
Yeah,
just
I mean,
Rick and Michonne, and they bury Carl there.
Well, I mean, you know, there's people hiding down in the sewer right now.
They all escape. They
You know.
take off. But it's
But you're just like, I can't believe there's anybody left.
Yeah.
You know, like fuck you people have.
I just like how
you
the fishermen
you
people,
came here and killed everybody.
oh,
you
they
know?
went and visited the fishermen people again.
and they all wear fishnets.
I was
like, as
wondering
clothing.
when we were gonna
I
fucking.
don't know if you
circle.
caught that.
I did not.
Did they return their guns? Or?
No.
no.
It was.
Did they ask them like, "Hey, where are my
The
guns?"
Up
at?
has all their guns.
The Up has all their guns, and now Negan has all the Up's guns. No, they basically were being assholes, and they had Carl's girlfriend and Aaron, and they were like mad because they killed the old lady at the end of
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she's stupid apparently.
Yeah, they're like, I would kill her again.
Yeah,
And if you kill us, we'll just come back and kill you.
well, yeah, that and she's the only one that said anything that made any sense the whole friggin' episode, which was Carl's little girlfriend. She's like, "What are you gonna do? Kill us? You're gonna kill us, and eventually people from Alexandria, they're gonna come here and they're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And then there will be a fight, and guess what? You'll be dead." And not like even threatening. She's just like, "So it's stupid. Why kill us? That's just dumb."
Yeah.
You know. And I'm like, that girl, she makes sense. She's the new Carl. I like her.
Right.
Somebody got to be the new Carl because we got no Carl left.
Yeah, I mean, you know, look, we've replaced characters in the past, and yeah, he's been a central role. We'll see if he can be kind of moved on. He passed the hat, dude. He passed the hat. Literally.
Do you remember a couple years ago when we were saying, "Fuck this kid"? Would somebody eat him?
Well, that was you.
Absolutely.
That was never me.
We got what we wanted.
You got what you wanted.
We got
heartless.
we got what needed to
You
happen.
were a heartless, no streaming service.
Fuck his pudding-eating self.
Fuck your Star Wars service, Disney, Whalen Corporation. I'm having none of it. Fuck Carl.
Like that.
Just like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how we get to the end of this season and them not kill Negan at this point.
Yeah.
They have a way. Like,
But we saw Old Man Negan in The Vision.
Yeah, but they've sold that as like that's not the future.
that's Carl's vision.
That's Carl's vision of the future.
Gotcha.
Because fuck if Eugene's got to be there. That guy drives me fucking.
I love Eugene.
How do you hate Eugene?
That is me in the zombie apocalypse.
God damn. Please don't tell me you're going to puss out like that.
Oh, that's. I hate to say it, but that's totally Mike in the zombie. But he's like,
Take care of myself. Which side's gonna win? I'm with you.
remember we were talking probably like at the end of last season. I'm like, this. You know what's missing? Eugene. There needs to be more Eugene. And they had that whole episode with just Eugene, and we got done with it. I'm all, see, I told you.
That was a good episode.
It was, and his little mullet and his random like factoids. He's like Sheldon in the zombie apocalypse. That's why he's so wonderful.
It's like Dwight Schrute.
Steve's just full of hate.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with Steve anymore. So all right, I think we've reached the end of this one. Let's go ahead and that's been an hour. Let's go ahead and wrap that up and send Steve home. He's like starting to get started.
Yeah, it's about that time for me, guys.
And then we're gonna come back and do a little Black Panther. So
Yeah, I'm gonna skip out on the Black Panther because I've been waiting to get that email that tells me when it's appropriate for white guys to go see the movie. I figured I'd get that email pretty soon.
Well, Chris got his early because he was.
I did play the Black History
Hell, he
Celebration.
was there opening night.
I was there fairly
dressed to
soon.
the fucking nines in his fucking
his
Kenyan
dashiki
fucking wardrobe, you know, with
Nice.
the fucking hat. And
Here's what you
everything,
do,
dude.
Steve.
So what should Steve do?
What should Steve do?
Yeah, what should Steve do?
Wait till it comes out on Netflix.
Okay, let's do that. That sounds good. Fucking, if there was a smash cut there, it's because Mike tried to end the show. All right. Fucking new guy. All right, let's wrap it up right there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this show again. Once again, I am the grill or graded up remains of the Up.
I am the walking Carl.
I've been censored out.
I got nothing.
You got nothing.
I'm still stunned.
Stunned by his fucking Black History Month performance. It's the greatest fucking story. It beats my fucking stop sign.
We have a new winner. Well, we hope you guys are having a nerd life crisis. Music for the Nerdlife Crisis podcast is provided by Big Papa and the TCB. All music available at bptcb.com or at iTunes. The Nerdlife Crisis is recorded at the Inland Blue Studios. Make sure to subscribe to the Nerdlife Crisis at iTunes and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerdlife Crisis.